Welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to be talking about one of the little used features in Camtasia. People typically use tools in order to create GIFs. And this is actually something that you can create in Camtasia. So what we're going to do in order to create a GIF, of course, we are not going to use the audio. And once again, whenever we make a big change like this and we're going to do something totally different with the file, we're going to save it into what? A new project. So we're going to go to the file and we're going to save this as a new project. Okay, so we've got our indication from Camtasia that our project is saved. And so we have a video file on track 1. And so typically if you have a short video clip, something like 5 seconds at the most, typically 3 to 7 seconds. And what we're going to do is we're going to split this track. Actually, let's get rid of the marker area. And then let's go ahead and split this track. And we're going to do away with this part. And we just want a little short video clip that we can use in order to create a GIF. And Camtasia makes this very easy to do. If you can get the video onto the timeline, you're going to click and you're going to do a new custom production. And you'll see here one of the menu options is to create a GIF or an animation file. Now all of these factors are going to be the default settings. And for the most part, you probably want to leave the default settings as they are unless you know of a reason to not use them. So we're going to continue on with the default settings in Camtasia. We are not going to embed this in HTML. And so once we do this, we're just going to click Next. Now we're going to have a place where we save it. And we're going to click Finish. So the video renders fairly quickly. And then there's a process. You'll be able to use this GIF as your image, and you'll be able to use it where you want animation for your viewers to see. Okay, so that is a very simple way of being able to create a GIF, having a short video clip, 3 to 5 seconds, maybe 7 at the most, put it on the timeline, scratch out the audio, and then run the GIF sequence. And one of the ways you should absolutely be using Camtasia, if you haven't done so already, is in conjunction with screencast.com to do customer service. So right now you're looking at a web browser and you're looking at your recorder. So let's give a scenario where you would have to explain to your customer how to do research on Google. And this would take a Google search. And you'd want to show them how to look. Now, of course, one of the good things that you can do with Camtasia is actually walk through that process where you type in the search term, where you get the search term, where you scroll through the list of information to find out which one would be best to do. And of course, all you're going to have to do in order to do this is to hit your recording toolbar and to record. Now once again, this message comes because we're recording with 2 instances of Camtasia. Right now this is going to start the recording. And so if we look through our digital camera information, this is just hypothetical. And even if we were to find out what other keywords there were, and then decided we were going to look at information here just based on that. Well, being able to do quick video tutorials is one of the best little ways that you can actually use Camtasia in order to do customer service and in order to explain to your clients exactly what you mean. As they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So what happens after the recording? Well, okay, so we stop the recording. It's about 41 seconds. And what happens is the video comes into the media bin. And we're going to bring it down to the timeline. Now, one of the things that we can do is we can share this video to screencast.com. And what we're going to do with it at screencast.com, we're going to get a link to give to our customer. So let's go do that right now. So we're just going to look briefly at the fact that this project is rendering. We're going to turn the camera back off until it's complete. Okay, so now it's completing and complete. It will now upload to Screencast, which is a fairly short process depending on how much space your video is actually going to take. So now what do we have at Screencast? Well, we have a link and we have a video. So instead of trying to explain to our customer exactly what we're trying to tell them, we will just grab this link and we will pass it on to them. And after some time, we might want to go into Screencast and clear out some of those videos. But this gives us an opportunity to give high levels of customer and client service, and at the same time, save ourselves time by making sure that we explain things correctly the first time. So Camtasia is great for this use, and it mirrors another TechSmith program called Jing. A number of entrepreneurs and educators use that system, and it works just as well. Camtasia does the very same thing as Jing. So make sure to use this tool in a way that helps you best. Welcome back. Now in this video, we want to talk about some of the basics of interactivity, and so that you understand very succinctly exactly what you're doing. Now, interactivity can be anything. You see markers or quizzes. It can be in the annotations area. It can be an interactive hotspot. It can be not only a marker, but a quiz or a survey. And so these are ways that we can create a video, have the video actually get our audience to do something or look or interact something before the video actually continues. And basically we use that to our advantage to interact with our audience, either to move them where we want them to move or to get information from them. Now there are two key connections to make when you start talking about interactivity. Number one, when we actually go through the custom production, we're going to produce a series of files. That series of files is going to come with HTML. That means then that we can then use that HTML to upload to a website. Now the other thing is that when we create that video and we upload it to screencast.com, which is TechSmith's website that gives us the opportunity to use some of the features in our interactive video, that we can actually embed this code onto another website. Now, providing that we can understand and get the sizing right, in this case we see 1920 by 1080, we'd never embed at that size, but if we can embed into, for example, our WordPress website at a certain size, then that gives us a different dimension of these actual videos, and it gives us the opportunity to do a few different kinds of things, such as surveying and branching, that we might not have to do otherwise. And because our videos are going to be so specific in screencast videos, we can actually use them to help our clients tell us more about themselves so that we can serve them better. And we're going to get into that in another video. So again, the most important thing is that you can embed onto a WordPress site. That's what you wanted to do. Or you could take the files that are produced in the custom production settings and we can upload them to a server where we have HTML. So either way, we have access to place our interactive videos onto individual web pages where we can then use them according to our plans. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.